setting up an England international to score, but yes, a really interesting journey that she's having.
Absolutely, and I think it's a really cool thing to do, to be able to go and experience football in different countries, different cultures. So for her to be able to do that at such a young age, I think she's going to gain so much experience.
Definitely, yeah, it's going to be excellent for her to have that experience. And England 1-0 up very early here against Germany. This, I think, the first corner of this game in the 7th minute. So maybe an opportunity for Germany to create something from a set piece. It's their captain who waits behind this corner. Looks like it'll be an outswinger from her, as plenty of players in their green shirt of Germany wait for this ball to come in. England trying to clear at the near posts and eventually just take it as far away from Chiara Keating's goal as they can. Well, it was Enderby was trying to make sure that it didn't go too much further than the near post. Maybe the slight hint of an arm hitting that ball.
I think there might have been two there, but we've got away with that. We won't speak about it again. Nobody's
watching, nobody knows. Ball with lays out. Perfect start for England, really. That will make them feel really confident, blow away any nerves, I guess.
Absolutely, I think like you say, it's the perfect start, especially against such tough opposition. I'm quite surprised with Germany. They're sort of sitting off England and allowing them the ball at the back, which obviously England haven't done, going the opposite way, and they managed to score from the regain. So I'll be interested to see if Germany decide to change tactics as the game goes on.
I had asked both Missy Bokens and Emma Coates about home advantage. They are probably enjoying that at the moment. More pressure from Ajman, but I think possibly quite rightly there, the referee decided that she won the ball a little bit deep, but as Ajman is denied there, just remind you of that goal that she's already scored. It was a kind of gift from Germany, essentially, but she still had to take it well, Lucy.
Yeah, they're trying it again. They're trying to play out from the back, Germany, and obviously there's some reward to be had for that, but also there's risk. And England were very well prepared. I think Ajman took her goal brilliantly, and I'm sure that'll give her the world of confidence.
Germany in possession at the moment. Pass quickly picked up by England in midfield, but now with Zikai, who races forwards. Low ball in from her. Martinez was the player she was hoping to find. With Zikai again, but this time she's offside. Flag is raised on the far side of the pitch. These two teams playing in this under-23 European competition in separate groups. Germany topping their group with 2 wins and a draw, but their most recent game in that competition was a defeat against Belgium. Good cross in, Zikai gets ahead to it. Drops to Keating, who hugs it to her chest. Martinez with the cross. Zikai's header straight at Keating.
I think England have to be sensible in those positions. They're trying to play out from the back, and as we've just seen there, Chiara Keating can miss out 5 or 6 players with one pass, so I think it's play to your strengths at times, and we've got someone in goal who has got fantastic vision.
Huge experience. Competition now, really, though, for her at Manchester City.
Yeah, she's struggled a bit. She's been in and out, but I think she's such a talented player. I think we're blessed, really, with England and our goalkeeper situation at the moment. So, yeah, I'm sure she'll be looking to push for that senior place and regain her position there.
Emma Coates and the rest of the coaching staff will be happy with what they've seen so far. England ahead very early here against their German opponents.
It's a very composed start to the game from England, I think. You can see that a lot of these players are having minutes in their first teams and also very comfortable on this stage. I think the occasion and the opponents are definitely not fazing them.
Impressed with the attendance as well here this evening. Plenty of support. Big cheer as that early England goal went in. Now with Stable. Germany trying to build something down the right-hand side. Keating had to get a glove to that. Might that have just been dropping in, but for her interception. It was a ball from some way out. Vamsa and potentially creeping in at the far post, but for a stop from Keating. Lucy Staniforth just been talking about how good she was.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Yeah, she's looking for some more airtime, I think. I think, no, she's caused a lot of problems down the German right-hand side, very fast fullback.
Means another corner, another one for the German captain to take. Taken high into the floodlights. Burggraffer some way away from her goal to play it forward again for Germany. Another cross from the right-hand side. And another corner for the visitors. I did think with Rafael Burggraffer so far out from her goal, if England had won that back, we might have seen something from 40 yards.
That would have been pretty spectacular.
It has, though, led to another corner for Germany. Another chance, perhaps, for Hitler, the player who waits behind this latest corner. Getting quickly out to punch it away. Back in from Hitler. And now a flag raised by the referee's assistant on the far side.
I think the Germany corners so far, the delivery's been very disappointing, and I think if you look at their team, they're not the tallest team, so I'm quite surprised that they've not tried to work something short, maybe create a bit of a better, clearer opportunity, I think. Yeah, because they've not got a lot of tall players.
Chiara Keating's not particularly tall either, is she, really?
No, but she's springy.
She is, and she might have put herself in a bit of bother here, but for a stop in front of her from Taya Goldie, made sure that she got in the way of that latest ball in from the German right. This time it's a different corner. It is a corner that's taken short, and it leads to England trying to burst forward themselves. Katie Robinson was chasing that ball up the pitch, didn't quite get there in time.
No, but they dealt with it well. They switched on, they were prepared. I think that short corners, especially when it's not a routine as such, can always catch you off guard, but England dealt with that well. They must have heard me talking about short corners.
I know, shush. Every time Lucy says something, it's, yeah. We'll have to be slightly quieter, but yes, tried a short corner that time. Kurgel forwards. Now with Zikai, whose cross is held in on the right-hand side. Good stop from Cairns inside her own 18-yard box. Germany forced back towards the halfway line.
I think England are just struggling to have a bit of possession. Germany look a bit more comfortable now they've settled into the game, and I think the way that they press in England on their regains is making it difficult for England to play a few passes and get control back in the game.
Because I did think initially that England had quite a bit of the possession, but as you say, Germany is starting to look a bit more comfortable at the moment. That is not good news for England. Forward again into the England box, comes to the far post, and it's lifted in, and that will make it 1-1. The cross that came in finds its way to Alara Zahidla, and it's all square here with 18 minutes played. England 1, Germany 1.
Yeah, it's a tough one to take, that. I think they've looked more confident going forward, the German players, and they've caused us a couple of problems on this right-hand side, so coming in at the back post, I think we probably just need to be a little bit more aware of the runner coming in and being able to finish that easily.
There were almost two options there, weren't there? I think Martinez with that cross, and two German players possibly the target. There's a Hitler who gets there, a player who I have seen score in the Champions League this season.
Game on.
And it is indeed, as you say, game on here.
It was a brilliant delivery. I think to have the composure to be able to look up. I would wonder if there could we get a bit more pressure on that, but the ability to pick out the back post, it was a lovely goal.
So England took the lead, Germany have the equaliser. Wamser forwards. A confident Germany now, but this time a ball that ends up going well wide and will go out for a goal kick. And yes, I think your assessment so far, Lucy, has been fair, that maybe, you know, England with that early goal, but Germany have grown in confidence, and that goal illustrates that, and they're putting pressure on that goal in sort of wave after wave at the moment.
Yeah, I think that the sort of positioning from Germany in this phase is a lot more aggressive than when the ball's in sort of open play. And I think that was, again, the right decision to go forward from Keaton.
Great ball, though, that finds its way to Robinson. Robinson with a ball that's maybe just a little bit too strong for Enderby, who was the player inside the 6-yard box. As a result, Germany have a goal kick. As I mentioned, Germany being top of their group in this under-23 European competition. England's 4 games, a 1-1 draw against the Netherlands, win against Portugal, drew against Norway 0-0, before losing against Sweden in their group fixtures. Game against Sweden, their last competitive fixture of 2024 in December. Robinson to Cairns. Cairns looks for the run of Agerman, but the flag is raised anyway. Dean was just shepherding the ball back to a goalkeeper.
I think we can see the link up between Cairns and Agerman. She's looking for her because she knows that she's on the back shoulder of the defender. She's ready. Unfortunately, she was just offside that time, but I'm pretty sure that they'll probably get more chances throughout the course of this game.
Yeah, they're confident in her pace, aren't they? There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give her the ball. I think she's a dangerous player.
Ball with Grant. Now Enderby. May be able to hear a drum being beaten here at the Bescott Stadium. Lots of England supporters here tonight to witness the latest fixture in this traditional rivalry between England and Germany in all age groups, both men and women. here with Morris. Now back with Germany. Corley with a cross out to Zahitler, who's trying to turn. She slips over. Germany, though, continue to advance. Zabel. Vamsa. Blocked by Grant. But just make sure to get it away and out of play on halfway.
I think Germany are getting some nice combinations out wide, especially between the fullbacks and the wingers. So it's a big task for Mia Enderby to, you know, help out Anouk Denton in those situations, especially because of the pace that Germany possess down the outside.
Yeah, as you say, they're quite enjoying getting down those wings. This another chance. Keating smothers the shot from Stable this time. From 18 yards, it was straight at her. I'm saying she's saving these comfortably. I think she just makes it look calm and confident.
Yeah, I don't think much phases Kiara
No.
Keating.
Morris to take the throw, right in the earshot of her head coach, if the coach has any words of wisdom. I think Kiara Keating's had more saves to make, hasn't she, than her German opponent?
Yeah, they've looked very dangerous going forward, Germany. I think they rode the wave, albeit they conceded, and they have really grown into the game. Their forwards in particular look very dangerous, and they look full of confidence. I would say Zikai out on the left here. I've seen some nice things from her.
Yes, there's quite a bit going through her, isn't there, at the moment? Forward from Germany.
That's much better pressure there from Ruby Grant, I think. If we're able in these middle areas where there's a lot of bodies to get pressure on the ball, it could really pay in our favour, as it did for the goal.
Kept in play, prevented from going out for, might have been a corner. Ball with Bograf. Up to Zikai again. England players around her. Morris with the throw. Our view of the pitch slightly obscured by the massive monitor in front of us for a moment, Lucy, which we're not complaining about. It's very nice for replays, etc. But at the moment, Ella Morris with this throw right behind the big screen that we are seeing replays on here at Bescott Stadium this evening.
I think if we look at this position that we're in here, I think England have been very, very aggressive with their start positions. Ella Morris is being asked to sort of cover two players down in this right back position, which is, you know, almost leaving a 3v3 on the back line. So they're taking risks, England.
Enderby lost to Mahmoud. Now a bit of pace from this German side to find their way into the England 18-yard box. Well, that was important. And it's Grant who's getting back to her feet. I think just slid in there. A word with Maisie Simons as well. The referee blew the whistle there as the ball came in. It was looking for Martinez. Grant was down on the ground. It ended up sort of trapped between her legs. And the referee blew her whistle. And has she given an indirect free kick here? I'm not quite sure what she's given.
Yeah, it looks as though would be an indirect free kick. Yeah.
Okay, so conversations between the players and the referee, but this looks like it's going to be an indirect free kick, so very close obviously to the England goal, and the magic spray is basically putting the England's wall right in front of Chiara Keating. Actually, she's on the edge of that spray, the England goalkeeper. This a chance to put Germany ahead here, and it does go in. The free kick leads to a second goal for Germany and gives them the lead here at the Bescott Stadium. 28 minutes played, and it is England 1, Germany 2. Ball back to Zahitler with her second of the game. That's, I mean, really difficult, even with the number of players on the line, the wall that included the England goalkeeper. It found its way through, Lucy.
Yeah, it's a very unique set piece, that, and I think it's always difficult because you think, do you want to smash it, do you want to place it? And she's taken that so well. I feel hard done by with Ruby Grant. I think she put in a fantastic tackle to block a chance for Germany, and obviously the ball just got stuck between her legs.
I know, I wasn't quite sure what the referee decided there, but anyway, Germany's advantage now. 2 from a player who has got plenty of experience with Bayern Munich. So that's the kind of calibre of player that England is up against this evening. But a good point you were making, Lucy, is how many of these players are playing regularly for their club at the moment.
Absolutely, it's all about gaining experience in these sort of early years of your career, and I think a lot of them have done really well to be able to, you know, grab their opportunities and be able to play senior football at such a young age. I think even some things just such as like the indirect free kick, you don't get those experiences that often, so to be able to, you know, put into practice what I'm sure they spoke about in training, it's all positive in the terms of development.
England behind though here. Maybe this will be a chance for them to get an equaliser. Robinson crosses, and Jamat turns! Bograffa has to save that one. England's goal scorer this evening, looking close to adding a second.
Yeah, she did well there because the cross was behind her. She sort of had to take the shot on the swivel. She just unfortunately couldn't get enough power behind the shot. It was a difficult one for her.
Germany quickly up the other end. Chiara Keating's clearance bounces into row Z, if there is one here.
Maybe row M, I think.
I was going to say. Bounces off a few of the seats here at the Bescott Stadium as we reach the half-hour mark. An entertaining first 30 minutes here in this under-23 friendly. Ball is with a player who is on a hat-trick now.
I think sometimes you just sort of have to feel how the game's going, and obviously England haven't had big spells of possession in sort of the latter stages of this half, so I think for them it's about, you know, getting the ball forward to the danger players and sort of getting Germany in uncomfortable positions.
Forward though here, this is a chance. Keating has to stretch out, does really well. Zikai was with her. She had to be brave there to collect that ball, I think, Lucy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the life of a goalkeeper, isn't it? You're sort of putting yourself in compromising positions for the team, and she did it really well.
Plays for Freiburg, Cora Zikai. A player who has looked very dangerous for Germany in the first 32 minutes or so. Well, they're waiting for a reason to hit that drum and blow that trumpet at the moment. I'm sure we will hear them again in due course. That band in the stands.
Yeah, Germany being a lot more aggressive now. I think England have come away from that nicely. Great little turn there from Ella Morris.
Morris continues forward. She runs in fields, finds Cairns. Forward to Zikai.
England getting a bit more stuck in now, that's what we want to see.
It was a good move from Morris, wasn't it? Found Cairns, and I'm not sure if she was just sort of hoping that her ball would find Agerman, and
yeah,
there were one or two Germans in the way.
Yeah, I think, well, we've spoken about it before, that I think that's but Missy Bow's first instinct is to look for Agerman, but I think Mia Enderby was probably the better option there. She, if you keep the ball moving across the face of goal, yeah, she could have played her in maybe.
With Enderby. Maisel looks for options in front of her. Morris is providing an option down the right wing. Kugel gets there to take it out of play. Not the tallest player on the pitch, is she, the German captain?
Absolutely
in
not.
Left-back position.
No, she's tenacious though. She's been aggressive in her duels, but I think it's definitely maybe an area that we'll look to exploit is balls over the top.
One back by Zikai. Robinson has to slightly jump out of the run of the German player. This is given to Borgraffer.
I'm really enjoying Ruby Grant's tenacity in midfield. I think you know, she's got the number 10 on her back, so you're thinking maybe is she one of those mavericks that you sort of enjoy watching, but she's tenacious, she's aggressive, she's everything that I like to watch as a midfielder.
So this is how Germany have taken the lead. Two from Zahitler. The first was a cross from the left wing. The second, an indirect free kick that, well, two walls of England players really couldn't stop. A wall, and then about four players on the goal line. 2-1 to Germany with 10 minutes of the first half to be played. This is a friendly, of course, so there will be 6 substitutions allowed by both head coaches. So we'll look forward to scribbling on our notes as the players change on the pitch.
It's really composed then from Maisie Simons. I think, yeah, it was a bit of a cheeky one, catching her on the foot. I hate those. They're painful. But she, yeah, she wriggled away from that nicely.
Maisel able to play it forward to Simons. Is it kept in play by Zikai? I'm not entirely sure it was. As much as she tried. Throw in on halfway. Middle of the wetness on that ball, dried off by Morris, trying to find Robinson. And the decision there is that it's a little bit too much on Kugel from Robinson. Ball back with the team who are leading at the moment here at the Bescots. Oh, now it's back to Agerman, but another flag is up. She's slightly surprised by that.
Yeah,
I think I am too.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I got a difficult angle here, but yeah, it was almost a carbon copy of the first goal. Obviously, Germany turning the ball over centrally. Missy Bowkern's doing a really good job of putting pressure on.
I think that replay wasn't clear really where Ostermeyer was when that ball was played forward to Agerman, but we'll trust the officials here. Even if it denies England maybe a chance to make it 2-2.
I think it definitely would have been a chance, wouldn't it? The way that Agerman took that first goal, it was, yeah, I think we all knew the answer to that if it wasn't offside.
Forward from Keating. Robinson heads it down. It's Grant who's chasing it into the box. Morris up as well. Now Germany break forwards to Zikai. Zikai plays it to her right-hand side. And that was a bit of a waste from Corley actually there. Maybe she should have carried on running rather than releasing the ball quite that far out, Lucy.
Yeah, sort of. I can see what she's trying to do. I think there was a runner at the back post, but yeah, the sort of combination play between those three players then was really delightful. I think you can see that they've got some sort of connection. But yeah, you take the shot there, I think.
I thought she was going to go for goal herself.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're in and around that area as an attacking midfielder, those are your chances to, you know, hit the target, hit the back of the net, and I think she's missed an opportunity there for sure.
German number 10 plays her football in America, in San Diego.
Not nicer weather there than here.
Well, yes. Always. Kugel for Germany. Comes back to her from the throw. Lezelle might choose to give it back to a goalkeeper. Keating has to quickly run back just in case Germany threaten. Lovely touch. The ball finds its way forward. This is a real opportunity for Enderby. Now comes back to Grant. Grant's encouraged to shoot. She was leading back and she misses the target in the end. It feels like all the hard work she's doing, Lucy, she deserves something, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's putting in a shift, as I would call it. I think she, is getting about on the pitch, and unfortunately she just got a bit too far underneath that, so she was unable to get it on the target.
Great movement though there from England to give her that chance.
The touch from Ajuman was caressed into the path of, I think it was Enderby. It was, beautiful centre forward play.
Back heel from Germany. Stable is stopped from being able to make that delivery by the England captain Cairns. Morris turns it back to Lezelle, and now with Keating. 5 minutes before the break here, or just over. Will Germany go in at half-time leading here? Forward from Robinson. Robinson racing up the pitch. Ajuman's trying to stay onside. Robinson finds Morris this time. Far post, Ajuman's is in! 2-2. Her second, England second. It's all square. And the band can strike up again.
Honestly, in my head I'm thinking, Katie Robinson, shoot. I think I heard the crowd say it, but really, really composed play to play Ella Morrison, who's been working tirelessly up and down this right-hand side so far, and obviously Ajuman's there to poke it home. A lot easier than the first one, I'd say.
Well, yeah, but she still had to make sure she got the touch, and we've seen players from that far out actually almost clear it like a defensive clearance. Unfortunately, it does look like Rafaela Bografa may well have picked up an injury in trying to prevent that England equaliser. So the medical staff are quickly on to check on her, and it does look like it might be an injury to her face or her head, which is especially concerning. So they will look after the goalkeeper very quickly. This a chance as well for both head coaches to speak to their players, and straight away all the England players came across to speak to their head coach, who would have been very pleased to see that equaliser go in, and well, she actually ended up twisting into, I think it was Vamsa who was the player who was closest to her, and in trying to stop that cross from Morris, she ended up colliding with her own teammate, and so Bografa is in need of a little bit of treatment, the 24-year-old. One of the Freiburg players in this German side, and they have to be careful here, understandably. It might possibly be an injury to her neck, so quite rightly, Lucy, the medical staff are, you know, checking and double-checking that everything's okay with her.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to rush these moments, especially when someone's gone down with a neck or head injury. It's about making sure that the player's safe and healthy, and if they're unable to carry on, they've sort of exhausted all the, you know, strategies and ways of monitoring that to make sure that she's safe and okay.
Well, I think as much as the German head coach, Katrin Peter, would maybe want to see a bit more of her, perhaps she's, you know, sort of looking at her as a goalkeeper that she wants to give a bit more time to. If she's not okay, then there is a chance to make that change. She's helped slowly off the pitch, and it might be that with 3 minutes and what will be some injury time, of course, at the end of this first half, that a change will be made, and it looks like Marmutovic is the player who will come on in her place. And well, it's clear to see that she's got some discomfort to her neck, and I think quite wisely, it's just a friendly after all, it would make sense to just put safety first as she comes off the pitch. And of course, we're waiting for the game to get underway again from the centre spot after that England equaliser. But as Bografa slowly walks around the edge of the pitch to applause from the supporters here. And Ena Marmutovic is the player who comes on. Another Bayern Munich player in this German side. Not something you want to see, so we will wish her well. Marmutovic will come on in her place. Ball back on the centre spots. Shakira Martinez waits over it. Who's at West Ham now. And so there might well be some added time you would expect at the end of this first 45 for the goals that have been scored and for that injury to the German goalkeeper. It is Germany on the attack. And 6 minutes have been added on to the first half.
6 minutes additional time allowed.
It's a great time for England to score. I think you always want to go into half-time feeling positive. And yeah, I think the girls have done well to get back into the game, sort of ridden a wave by Germany, and yeah, game on again.
Keating to Morris. I think that came off an arm. Little doubt about that. Referee just with the gesture that says there was an arm there. Intercepted that ball. England to take the resulting free kick. Yeah, as you say, perfect time to get that equaliser in injury time here at the Bescott Stadium. much from Marmutovic since coming on. Forward from Ostermeyer. With Zikai. Her captain is trying to play it back to her. England have other ideas.
I think Morris dealt with that very well there, because the German left back, Kogel, had gone up higher to create space for Zikai to come deeper and get the ball, but they dealt with that really well. It's a difficult rotation.
Now with Cairns. Cairns flicks it forward, comes away from Enderby to Ajuman. Chance for a hat-trick perhaps before that half-time whistle goes. Now it's with Mahmoud. Mahmoud still running, still going forwards. Comes out for a shot at the near posts. Martinez, I think, was the player with the shots, but Chiara Keating is down to collect. She wouldn't be stopped there, would she, though, Mahmoud? I think it was Maisie Simons who was trying to keep up with her.
Yeah, absolutely. She was a very direct and positive runner. Yeah, she did well to fashion that chance.
Ostermeyer. Now with Marmutovic. Headed back to Cairns. Go ahead, Lucy.
It looks as though the new German goalkeeper, Marmutovic, is a bit more comfortable at playing longer balls. I don't know if that is, you know, an instruction or if that's just sort of her profile, but she looks like she's playing a bit more direct into the forwards earlier.
Not the best of touches from Zikai. She's slightly annoyed with herself that she didn't keep that ball in play.
I would be with feet like her. She's twinkle toes.
Well, she's been scribbling in a notebook already, Emma Coates. And now she gets a chance to chat to Ella Morris before this throw-in is taken. Notice that head coaches haven't really gone digital. They do still like to scribble in a book, don't they?
Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah. If your battery runs out, you're in trouble. I knew I had something to tell you at half-time, but yeah, my tablet's gone blank. So 6 minutes of added on time. So that means 51 is where we're headed for. Ball with Zika. Ajuman is with her. Referee's assistant decides that that was a foul. I think the England goal scorer is not entirely convinced by that decision, but the ball is back with Germany with seconds to go in the first half here at the Bescot. An entertaining first half, 4 goals, and all square at the moment, Lucy.
Absolutely, and we're on for potentially someone to get a hat-trick too, so let's hope they're wearing an England shirt.
Yeah, and not that Emma Coates isn't the spoil sports. It comes down to Grant. Now spins out to the left wing. Little touch from Simons. Cairns stretches out a leg. Robinson's asking for it and gets it on the England right. Not too long to go though, as it's turned back to Ella Morris, and the half-time whistle is blown here. Ajuman with 2 goals for England, either side of goals from Alara Zahitla for Germany. And so, as the players head down into the dressing room at half-time here at the Bescott Stadium. It is England 2, Germany 2. Made by both sides over the course of this game, and so a double substitution made by Germany before the restart, and Giacouli and Tuana Mahmoud are the players who make way. Zahitler, the goal scorer for Germany, but Ajman has scored goals either side of those for England to make it 2-2. So Sarah Martner, one of the players who's come on, and Sophie Weidauer is the other player who's come on for Germany. England, I think, sticking with the players that kicked off this game for the moment, but expect changes to be made by the England head coach. Although I would say, Lucy Staniforth, if you're out there playing Germany, you'll want to carry on playing, won't you? You won't want to come off.
Yeah, definitely. I think if little Lucy Staniforth was on the pitch, she'd be desperate to stay on and, you know, try and get a win over the line and get a couple more goals. It's obviously a really positive end to the first half, with England getting that equaliser, and so they'll be looking to start off the second half as they did the first.
Yeah, those England goals sort of bookending that first half. So Hitler's goals, one of those was from an indirect free kick, which isn't something you see very often in football. Ball was back with Keating. A reminder that Germany had to make a change right at the end of the first half due to an injury to their goalkeeper, who actually picked up that injury colliding with her own player in trying to prevent England's second goal. So it does mean Marmutovic has come on as well in the first of the 3 changes so far made by Germany this evening. And the ball is with Marmutovic now, in purple behind the green kit of Germany. I suppose the other German kit is kind of white, which wouldn't work this evening, would it?
No, definitely not. Yeah, it seems strange to see Germany playing in green, but here we are.
Ball in the England half at the moment. Martinez turns it back to Dean, now with Ostermeier. Kürgel, the German captain, plays it back into the centre of the pitch. And try and play the ball forward to Cairns. Back though with Kürgel, launches it forward. It's Weidauer who was trying to bring it down from that cross from Kürgel. You can imagine what both head coaches have been saying to their team at half-time, Lucy, and I'm guessing the conversation that the German head coach had with her players changed quite significantly after that equaliser went in.
Yeah, I think it's quite indicative of, you know, the sort of age that these girls are, is that those big moments, key moments in the game, have maybe not been managed so well. I'm sure they've probably spoken about, you know, when the team goes ahead, how do you stay ahead? How do you ensure that the other team doesn't gain any momentum and come back into the game? And I could imagine both managers had very similar team talks, to be honest, on the basis of the scoreline.
Those scribbled notes. Pass is intercepted on its way to Grant. This takes Germany forwards. Really good stop from Cairns. Forward again though. This time Ajman is trying to help out defensively. And now it's just taken away by Denton in the England defence.
Some really strong tackles
Yeah,
out there.
really strong, yeah. But I mean, the referee had a decent view of that. She allowed play to continue. It's interesting, this move up to having an under-23s team again, isn't it, for both of these countries? Because it does really help to bridge that gap between the youth level and the senior side.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, having the likes of Katie Robinson and Kiara Keaton and Missy Boken sort of had a taste of senior international football is so important.
Germany into the England box, and it's curled away. I think it might well have taken a deflection on its way out of play from Zikai's cross. Germany have their latest corner of this fixture.
Tallest player on the pitch is taking it. Well, for Germany anyway.
Yes. Yes, a point that you were making earlier is that maybe these corners haven't been taken particularly well by Germany, and they should be aiming for the tall player who is actually going to take this corner. So no chance for her to get a hat-trick from this set piece, because Zahitler is the player waiting behind this corner. Comes to the edge of the 6-yard box. It was a Dean with an opportunity, and Keating will stop it going in. The initial ball found its way to Dean, and well, it took one or two deflections. Adjaman also with Keating, and just about stopped from rolling across the goal line. That's one of those horrible moments, isn't it, Lucy, where you just don't know where the ball is and it could be going anywhere.
Absolutely, and you've got to be brave to keep your eyes open in those moments, because, like you say, it could go anywhere.
The flag stays down. This is a chance for Germany. Keating won't get there, and it goes in. Weidauer gets the congratulations. One of the players who came off the bench for Germany at the start of this first half, and she has put the visitors back ahead here. England 2, Germany 3. Well, she ended up with only Kiara Keating to beat as the pass found her, despite the stretching Taya Goldie. Ends up looping over Keating and into the back of the net. Well, substitutes are often called impact players these days, Lucy, and she has made an impact having come on.
Yeah, I guess she's in the right place at the right time. I'm curious to know if that was offside.
Yes.
She looked a little bit offside to me. And Goldie's trying to make amends, trying to, you know, get back into position and put in a block tackle, but it's unfortunately just taken a really awkward deflection off her foot into the goal.
Now with Marmutovic. Famza. Well, England had the lead very early on in this game. Germany were 2-1 up before the Adjaman equaliser just before half-time. Germany, though, back in front again with the 5th goal of this friendly. And they're determined to add to the 3 they've scored already. England are having to do plenty of defending. Ball is with Grant. Calm pass back to the German goalkeeper. Short ball forward to Dean. We have to remember, from that corner, ended up with a shot that kind of ricocheted off several England players on its way potentially past Keating. So early stages of this second half, the chances have been going Germany's way. Well, they might get another opportunity here. Nibbled away from Lezel. Now Goldie tries to take it away from danger. And now England trying to turn defence into attack. Comes in field from Robinson to Cairns. Simons. Oh, and, well, offside Robinson, according to the referee's assistant on the far side. And so that build-up play ends up leading to nothing.
I see what Katie Robinson was doing there. She sort of arced her run to try and time her to not be offside. Maisie Simons with a lovely pass over the top. Yeah, unfortunately just offside, but I can see what they're trying to do. It's a really encouraging movement from Katie Robinson.
Simons to Grant, just bounces away from her. In field from Kurgel. How far into this second half will the England head coach be tempted to make changes, as Adjaman and Enderby end up down on the pitch? And the England goal scorer looks in some discomfort. I think possibly her right leg is what's troubling her. Enderby is getting up sooner than her teammates. And medical attention for the England striker. Some water at the same time, and it is her right leg that's troubling her. And well, I think she just sort of stepped across Ostermeyer by the looks of things. It looked fairly innocuous, didn't it, Lucy, initially?
Yeah, she sort of gesturing to the top of her foot, so I don't know if, you know, she just caught herself on the studs of the defender. She's up on her feet though now, so she hopefully is feeling okay to carry on.
Just wincing slightly. But she has been England's goal scorer this evening, opened the scoring to give England the lead, and then there at the far post to make it 2-2 before the break. One of the German substitutes though, Weidauer, has put the visitors back ahead here, and having had that medical treatment, she now has to wait to come back onto the pitch. So England briefly down to 10. Adjaman is back on here. Pass forward to Weidauer, bounces around dangerously. England just have to take it as far away as possible. Morris clears it into the supporters to take it out for a throw-in for Germany. Confidence from this German side, leading in their group, this international group that leads to competition in Spain in April. Sounds nice. I'm sure it's a lovely place to be in April. A couple of changes, 3 changes in fact, to be made by England, so I'll need Lucy's extra pair of eyes as these players are coming on. Izzy Goodwin, one of those players. Avia McLaughlin is also coming on. And so the changes that are going to be made, Ella Morris comes off the pitch. WU23 going up there, which slightly confused me, but I think Katie Reid is the player who's coming on. So Agerman also comes off. Isabel Goodwin replaces her, and Ruby Grant comes off. Olivia McLaughlin comes on for her.
Looks like a slight tweak in formation for England. Ruby Grant was playing a lot more advanced in midfield, and Olivia McLaughlin is a combative, energetic midfielder. Well, I suppose much of the same ilk really, but she tends to play a bit deeper, a bit of a holding midfielder, so I'd be intrigued to see how she sort of fits into this system. But two of my old teammates, which are Olivia McLaughlin and Isabel Goodwin, so I'm excited to watch these two play.
She's only said nice things about them as well.
Of course, of course. My time with Izzy was short, but she is a handful. She's absolutely rapid, and you wouldn't expect that from a player so tall, but she's scored a lot of goals in the Championship this season, so I'm sure she'll be full of confidence. Yeah,
she's a player who's with London City Lionesses, who are a side who, of course, have ambitions of progressing to the Women's Super League sooner rather than later. Getting an opportunity as part of this England side this evening. Katie Reid, who, I'm mentioning players who've played in the Champions League this season. She has played for Arsenal, of course, who are into the quarter-finals of that competition. 3 English teams in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, which gets back underway next month.
I've only heard good things about Katie Reid. I think the girls at Arsenal know that she's got a bright future ahead of her, and to be able to get minutes in that team, let alone starts and Champions League experiences, it's priceless at her age.
Collected by Lazelle. Katie Reid was chasing that ball. Goodwin inside the German 18-yard box. Emma Coates has brought on a couple of players who are significantly taller, I think, than the players that they've replaced. Maybe if England get a corner, we might see what they can do with that. But there is a yellow card shown to Zerhitler, and what the referee could see there clearly was a pull on an England player that led to that booking. So just under 30 minutes left of this England test against this impressive German side. Ball is with Denton.
I think that the slight tweak in formation, bringing Olivia McLaughlin on alongside Maisie Simons, it just made them a bit more solid in midfield. I think that's where the Germans have had quite a bit of success and putting pressure on Maisie Simons, and when she's played on her own, it's been difficult for her, but I think she's handled it well.
Ball is with Robinson. Kergel will stop the cross as the two players end up down on the pitch. So looking for, I suppose, Goodwin and Enderby now with these balls. If England can find those deliveries.
Absolutely. Goodwin definitely knows where the back of the net is, and Enderby's a handful. I think that she's looked tidy at times tonight, and I'm sure she'll be looking to get herself in and around the goal.
Now with Martinez. Reid turns it back to her goalkeeper. Now with Zerhitler. Back out to Kergel. One back by England to, with Simons play it in fields. The back for Germany there. Now with Marmutovic. Yes, 2010, the last time these two teams met in this age group. As you pointed out, that was 15 years ago. Should have done that maths. It does make me feel old. But this is the first game of 2025 for this England side. So much to look forward to from, of course, the Lionesses over the course of this calendar year. England women with Serena Wiegman are in Portugal tomorrow evening. They can look forward to a game at Wembley against Spain after that. That will be fascinating. This England team get to play France after this.
Some really exciting games all round, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard when it's a Christmas break and you miss a bit of football, but football's back now, and we're definitely in for a treat over this next week or so.
Does it mean the legs are fresher, or does it mean you need a little bit more warming up?
Depends how many mince pies you have over Christmas. Yeah.
Well, seeing as you've told me you are sugar-free at the moment, mince pie free, I would suspect.
Yeah. No, I think most of these players will have obviously looked after themselves over the Christmas break, so you'd like to think that they'd come into this second half of the season, should we say, feeling really good and fresh. But yeah, I think it's all down to personal discipline and, you know, being able to pick your moments over that Christmas break to enjoy yourself and be ready to play football again when the time comes.
Well, some of the supporters here at the Bescott, I can tell you, had chips at half-time, because that lovely scent of chips and vinegar wafted across to our commentary position here.
It's not fun when you're playing though, and you can smell that.
No, I bet. Disciplined Lucy Staniforth with us here this evening. And, well, I think some hot chocolate being consumed by many, as here the ball finds Enderby. Enderby goes from distance. Oh, Marmutovic saves it with her feet. I mean, how cool was that?
I think she just struggled to sort of get the ball out of her feet. And I know she was under a little bit of pressure, but I think she quite rushed that chance. Maybe she had a little bit more time, or she could have lifted it. But yeah, the keeper looking calm and composed.
Yeah, it was just like hands. Ball back to her. Kergel to the scorer of the third goal. The flag stays down, or doesn't now. I did think, as Vamsa raced onto that she was well offside.
Yeah, it seemed a bit too obvious, but obviously the lineswoman did her job. It was a nice pass through though. I really, really enjoyed watching that. It was the first time sort of around the corner. Yeah, thankfully she was definitely offside because she was quite alone.
Yes, I think it was evident that there was some distance between her and the England defence. Back with the German defence now. Finds Vamsa. Now with Martner. Might come back to Martner again. Turns it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, and it was a little slip there when it looked like the goal was on. Maybe another chance for Germany, but that really looked as if it had been laid on for Martinez to get Germany's fourth of this game. Now maybe a chance from Zikai. The block takes it out for a corner. But this was, well, Martner who came in and tried to cut it back, and Maisie Simons was the player who made sure she just put off the German number 9. But for that, I think Germany might have had a 2-goal lead in this game. drops in. The header finds its way to Keating.
I think it was really smart play from Maisie Simons. As a midfielder, you've always got to be ready to fill gaps when they appear, and her timing and her positioning in that instance was really good. I think she's had a really strong start to this second half.
I think my first instinct was that it was a miscue by the German number 9, but I think it was an important interception from Maisie Simons. Still low Germany leads, with England having had the early leads here at the Bescott Stadium. With Sir Hitler, gets away from Cairns, comes back though to Cairns. Now it's with Martinez.
It's much better from England in these wide areas where Germany have caused some problems, getting players around to put pressure on the ball. I think Cairns and Enderby, you know, doing a job that's not the most glamorous, but just as important.
Ball is with Goldie. Forward to Simons. Enderby. To Cairns. Now with Denton. Just a bit too heavy, the ball back from Cairns. Go out for a goal kick. Looks like possibly Germany might be about to make another change. I think England are tempted to as well. Lexi Lloyd-Smith waits on the sidelines. Larissa Mulhouse coming on for Germany when the opportunity arises. A friendly game, so they're allowed 6 changes each, both countries. As it's back with Keating. Short pass to McLaughlin. McLaughlin then with the ball up to Enderby. And now it's with Goodwin. Still some work to do. The run is by McLaughlin. And the clearance is by Mamutovic. Back into midfield. I've got to say, Olivia McLaughlin was at one end of the pitch at 1 second. She was at the other end of the pitch at the other. And Shakira Martinez is going to come off. Larissa Mulhouse is the player who's coming on. So Germany's latest change. And I think England have got 2 players coming onto the pitch. So Mia Enderby is coming off. And Missy Bo-Cairns is also going to be replaced.
It's a good run out for Missy Bo-Cairns, and she's just coming back from injury. She's had a little bit of a spell out, so it's really pleasing to see her get 70 minutes on her way back from injury.
So Gunning-Williams and Lloyd-Smith, the 2 players who come on. And about sort of around the 70-minute mark is when managers like to make a change.
Yeah, it must be in the manager handbook or something.
It's in those scribble notes.
Yeah.
But you're usually guaranteed around this, regardless of what's happening, 70 minutes, changes are made. Gunning-Williams, who's come on, Tottenham player. Lexi Lloyd-Smith, new to Bristol City in the summer. Played at Southampton before making that change. As the band strikes up again here. Maybe in the hope of cheering England on to an equaliser or perhaps more. The England goal scorer now no longer on the pitch. So someone else will have to get goal number 3 and hopefully 4 for Emma Coates' side. Forward Stead comes forwards. Keating has to stop that from Millhouse. It was almost her first touch of the game since coming on, and she forces a save from the England goalkeeper.
Yeah, really clever play. She's peeled off the back of Lazel and she's found her with a nice pass. She took it in a stride, and yeah, it was probably a difficult chance to take because the ball was bouncing. But yeah, I think that might have been her first touch. So
yeah, and it still had to be stopped, didn't it?
Yeah. It's never easy when you come on as a sub, and I suppose when you put in front of goal, I can't imagine. Yeah, it's a tricky one for centre forwards. You've got to be ready, you've got to be warm. But I guess if you're an instinctive striker, it comes natural to you, so you don't really need that much warming up. I can't really comment on that because I'm not a striker.
A blast from that trumpet. I think I'd be better at hitting the drum than blowing on the trumpet. But it's just easier, isn't it, really? Got no puff anymore. Here it's with Breeze. And she kind of looks for support from the referee. Millhouse, the player who was tugging on her shirt. Leads to this long-range free kick, which Simons waits behind. Free kick is cleared away. Might end up back inside the German box. But now it does come out and is rolled back into the England half of the pitch. Vidal now back in field, and a skimming run from Simons. And Izzy Goodwin was just stretching out one of those long legs. Couldn't quite get there.
Didn't come in handy this time.
Ball with Zikai. Kurgel. Lots of German players inside the England penalty area. But now it's back at the other end of the pitch. It's with Goodwin. She's brought down. And the referee blows her whistle. Will come across to check on the England player. But I think, well, it's a yellow card for Ostermeier. But could it have potentially been more?
I think that because it's so wide and there was a recovering defender centrally, I think that that's where she's sort of got away with that. But that is Izzy Goodwin in a nutshell. She is such a handful. Probably many central defenders' worst nightmare, because she can hold it up, she can run, and she buys fouls like that. She's a dangerous player.
You do not want that running at you.
And she stood on my toe a few times in training. You don't want that. So
did she mean to?
I think she's just got huge feet.
Entirely intentional. Free kick as a result of that foul. This one much closer to the Marmutovic goal. The drumming increases. Simons with the ball. And it is the German goalkeeper who leaps and collects, to a kind of collective groan from the England fans around us. That feels like an opportunity that's come and gone, maybe, Lucy.
Yeah, I think it was in a really nice area for a free kick.
Now it's a battle. It's Goodwin who looks to cut it back, tries to play it into the area again to Gunning-Williams. We're just seeing such determination, aren't we, from the England number 20?
I think the whole team should have put in an enormous amount of effort. To be honest, both teams, it's been a really competitive game. No one's holding back at all. But yeah, Izzy Goodwin, like I said, she's someone that really does put herself about.
Not being played anything like a friendly, this one. Not that you would expect that from these two teams. Zikai lifts it in, and an offside flag is raised. Zara Martner looks towards the referee's assistance. Flag instantly up as that ball came in.
Yeah, it was a very clever run, just off the blind side of the fullback there. And yeah, obviously she was offside, but it was a really clever movement from Germany. I've been really impressed with Germany's movement as a whole tonight. I think they've created some dangerous situations, have caused England some problems. But I think on the whole, the back four have handled themselves well. You can see them communicating really clearly with each other, and when they've had to defend, they've done.
They've got it with their defence at the moment. Ostermeyer, who recently picked up that yellow card for stopping Izzy Goodwin in her tracks. Controlled by the shoulder of Gunning Williams. Now with Vamsa racing forward, holds her run, gives it back to her skipper. Stable turns it backwards. Now up the pitch again. Finds Simons. Vogel regains possession, still racing forwards. Slips over as she hopes to thread it onto the run of Millhouse. Goldie to take it out of play. Her shirt will need a wash after this, I think, Lucy.
Are you a defender if you've not got mud on you after a game? I know a few people that probably come off the pitch cleaner than they went on it, though.
And another change being made. Cora Zikai has come off. And Nina Lerse is the player who's come on. So another change made. As well, Kiara Keating is the latest goalkeeper in need of some medical attention. And those three gentlemen are three of the 1,699 who are here this evening.
It's a strong turnout.
And I think it's been worth it, hasn't it? I mean, it's been worth coming out for. They've definitely been
They've got the money's
entertained.
worth. Yeah. Definitely got the money's worth.
Well, the clock will tell you that we're into the last 9 minutes of the game, but there will be more than that, because the England goalkeeper is being checked on at the moment. And in my entirely educated medical opinion, it looks like it's something to do with her shoulders, Lucy.
Yeah, they were sort of feeling around her ribs. I don't know if she's been winded, or maybe she's just jarred something. You see her sort of rubbing her back there, getting the DP. That always fixes everything, a bit of DP.
Niamh Heron comes on. And I think I make that substitution number 6 for England. As Niamh Heron replaces Naomi Lazel, so 8 minutes left. Kiara Keating is back on her feet, which is good news.
I hope she can carry on, or someone from the outfield might have to go and goal.
That's a very good point, yes. I just noted that the 6 changes have been made, and we weren't entirely sure if the England goalkeeper was okay at that stage.
It almost looked like her back sort of went into spasm. No one was around her, and she just kind of fell to the floor, so hopefully she's all right.
It's a position on the pitch where you can, as we saw with the Germany goalkeeper, find yourself getting a few bumps and bruises along the way.
Absolutely. I hope whoever is back up now on the pitch is prepared.
We don't really want to know who it's going to be, do we? No.
It was never me when I'm playing. So.
Heron is awarded a free kick and takes it. Gives it to Goldie. Now Reed to her right. Further wide is Robinson.
Don't know if England have made a little bit of a switch here. Nuke Denton's gone a little bit higher. Maybe they're sort of pushing for this equaliser and have taken a bit more of a risk. I could be wrong, but she seemed a little bit higher than maybe you'd want your fullback.
Germany, though, with a chance to cross. Keating is there. Yeah, we'll just see exactly where everybody has ended up on the pitch as England look for this equaliser. And it is with Denton, who is higher up, and she gets the ball back from Goodwin. Denton then tries to play it forwards. And not an England teammate quite where that pass was made, but as you say, Lucy, I think Denton just a little bit higher up the pitch.
Yeah, they look like they've switched to a back three with Reed, Goldie and Heron. And Denton is sort of well, she's playing inside at the moment, but her and Katie Robinson seem to be the ones giving the width. It's all good experience, though, sort of learning how to manage games, get back into games. All of this experience is so important for tournaments to have, you know, faced everything. Nothing surprises you and you're always prepared, which the England teams are always very well prepared.
There's a Hitler for Germany. She's still on the pitch, the scorer of those 2 goals in the first half. And then that third from the substitute Vidauer early in this second 45. Keating. Now turned back to Marmutovic, and maybe Germany will be tempted just to slow things down while they've got the ball, I guess. But as England attempt to win it back, the referee says that is a foul.
Yes, clever centre-forward play. When you know, 1 goal ahead with minutes remaining and they play the ball into you, want to be able to be strong and buy fouls, buy free kicks, so she's done well there.
As you say, all brilliant experience, but so much nicer to say, yeah, we got a win or a draw against Germany.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think you never want sort of some of your closest rivals to get one over on you, but again, you know, in the important games, that's where you want the wins.
I was going to say, you remember this for, you know, when it really matters. When it's competitive, you've got all this experience in your locker. Ball back to Marmutovic. McLaughlin was trying to put pressure on that German defence. Glances off the head of Denton. Now, though, it's a run forward from Vamsa. Kurgel crosses, tries to find Martner, but it was Heron who managed to get her head to it first. Really important that she got there. She would have had a German player in her peripheral vision, and the chance is still not quite away, but it ends up being lifted very high by Vidauer in the end. Nowhere near to getting her second and Germany's fourth of this game. Yes, you're on camera.
I was a bit concerned then because Heron's body shape, I didn't know if she knew where the player was. Obviously she was running behind her, and a lot of the time you can get caught out by that, especially as a fullback. So yeah, she did well to get the touch on it.
Would she have potentially got a shout from a goalkeeper, or?
I mean, maybe. I'm pretty sure that Chiara is probably facing where the cross was coming in from, so it's just really good awareness from her. Like I said, her body shape, I was a bit concerned that she didn't know where the player was, but she dealt with it well.
Might be picked up by McLaughlin. Robinson turns it back to Reeds. Well, England in Germany's half as we tick down towards 90 minutes. Just over the chasing Goodwin. You can't stop it going out of play.
I think England will be disappointed that they've not spent more time in Germany's half, this half. They obviously started the game off really well, really composed. But yeah, the longer the game's gone on, it's just got a little bit more ragged. England have struggled really to put, you know, some good moves together. I think I can remember a couple that have sort of been created out of individual, I don't know, sheer determination running through the pitch trying to create something.
But the better chances have been for Germany, haven't they?
Yeah, I would say on the whole, Germany have probably, you know, deserved their lead. I think, you know, the way that the game started, you thought England looked comfortable and that they would go on to win comfortably. But I'd say Germany have probably managed the game overall better. Yeah, they've looked very dangerous, Germany, at times.
5 minutes of added on time. We are into that 5 minutes now. Back heel from Vidauer there. Back up the pitch, finds the head of Lloyd Smith. Martner though, this to Hitler, might play it back to Martner. This to make it 4 for Germany, but for the gloves of Chiara Keating. Martner looks up into the sky in exasperation. She saw that going in. Chiara Keating had other ideas.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful save, especially after the fact that she had a bad back not that long ago, so she's obviously fine, and she's there when called upon.
The magic spray does its job.
I think it's DP.
Yeah. Short corner taken by Hitler quickly. It's given back to her. Tries to backheel it to Stable. Ends up going out of play. Good chance though there for Germany to extend their leads. Really important save from Chiara Keating that gives England hope still in these last few minutes. Comes to Robinson. She's asked to shoot. It goes out for an England corner.
Yeah, these are the moments now, you know, the moments that really define games, and I think if England want to rescue anything from this, then they're going to have to, you know, cause more problems than they did with the last set piece.
This a chance, perhaps. 2 arms raised by Simons. And Marmutovic is there again. So often she's the player who's just leaping the highest and is in the right position.
Yeah, she looks very comfortable at doing that. I think the last 2 set pieces, she's come and claimed the ball really confidently.
There are some very young voices here who are encouraging England on.
Let's hope they can have something to cheer about.
Definitely. There's a chance. Goodwin plays it forward. Little slip from Gunning Williams. Not just enough for Germany to take it away. Denton, she wants to throw it back onto the pitch as quickly as possible. tries to get it back. Stable looks to take it out of the German half. And we've got less than 2 minutes to play. With McLaughlin. She's pulled over there.
McLaughlin's, she's so good in those tight areas. She's got a really low centre of gravity. She's quite hard to knock off the ball.
And it is Sophie Stable who is shown the latest yellow card by the referee. No doubt about that one. Less than 60 seconds to be played. This to make it all square, and it's Simons with the free kick that ends up with Marmutovic, who will hold on to this ball, you expect, for as long as she can. Good win. Ostermeier back to her keeper. Now with Simons. Still Simons. Bit of frustration there, really. She had 2 German players to deal with, Lucy, and one part of that German wall stood in her way. And this might be the last act of the game here. The ball at the boots of Selina Ostermeier. And as she takes this free kick, the full-time whistle will go here. And Emma Coates shakes hands with her opposite number. England had the lead through Adjaman. So Hitler made it 2-1 before Adjaman got an equaliser just before half-time. But it was Sophie Weidauer's goal in this second half. That means that the visitors have claimed the victory. It is finished here, England 2, Germany 3. As you say, a good amount of experience, a good amount of knowledge that this England team have collected this evening, Lucy, if not a victory.
Yeah, absolutely, and Germany are a very good team. I think that it's great for the girls to have these fixtures and to sort of, pit themselves up against a team that has some really strong players, and like you say, the players that are playing in the Champions League. I think that there'll be lots that they want to improve, lots of areas that they probably feel like they could have done a little bit better with tonight. But there's some positives as well. They started the game strongly, they controlled parts of that first half. I think it's all, for me, about managing those moments, managing the game. Can you get an equaliser? Can you get a winner towards the end? And I think England will probably reflect on that and wish they did a little bit better there.
Certainly, having had the lead here, they might feel disappointed, but up against really impressive opposition in Germany. We'll just remind ourselves of how the goals went in, and it was Michelle Adjaman who gave England the early lead here. Smiles from her and from the rest of the England side, but then a cross from Martinez that found Zahitler coming in at the far post, and it was all square. A delivery that might have found one player and ended up with a second to make it 1-1. And then the German number 17 would get her second of this game from an indirect free kick, bypassing all the England players in her way to put Germany ahead for the first time in this game. A second though for Agyemang, as Robinson with the ball out to Morris to find Agyemang sliding in to get her second to make it 2-2 just before the half-time whistle went. Germany though making changes in the second half, and it was not long into that second 45 that one of those substitutes, Sophie Weidauer, put Germany back ahead, and that is how this game finished. And so it'll be to the Lamac Stadium at Stevenage on Tuesday, another big test for England as they face France. But from here at the Poundland Bescott Stadium, thank you very much to Lucy Staniforth for our company. Hopefully she enjoyed this evening. And thank you very much to all of you who have tuned in to watch this very entertaining under-23s friendly, where Emma Coates' side has seen her team gain some really great experience against their German opponents. It has finished here though, England 2, Germany 3.